The following game is rated M for mature. Some level may contain mature themes, nudity, and definitely strong language that may not be suitable for everyone. Your discretion is advised, I guess. That's a homicide, alright. Damn. Thanks. Okay.
All right, gentlemen, take your seats. Let's get this over before lunch. Floyd Rose of the Homicide Squad has decided to take early retirement. We will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst a man gets from 25 years of police work. Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table, and the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from burglary to the homicide desk. Stand up, Phelps. Take a chair.
New suit.
You're in the major leagues now, Sonny. Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking you under his wing.
Oh, great new partner. I like the old partner,
Your
though.
first case is the murder of a woman, found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf. Get out to the scene, lads.
Completing a desk unlocks the street of LA, allowing to patrol the city and 10 street crimes. Each desk offers a new set of street crimes and incident to things. I don't think I'm gonna do street crimes. Not right now, at least.
Do you have the address?
It's been all over KGPL. It's off Temple Street, between Belmont and Glendale.
Nice day for it.
Good looking for a policeman.
You know the way. You can drive.
Yo, finding out that I can have the AI drive,
What happened to Rose?
easiest.
Parker wants the chief's job. Word is it's either going to be him or Thad Green. So they're both clearing the decks.
So where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled with a chump like you, Phelps. I didn't ask for you and I don't want you, so keep it to yourself.
All right,
See if you can learn something about seeing how a real cop operates.
What did he mean by the werewolf?
The Dahlia. The Daily News came out calling him the werewolf killer. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
We any closer to catching him?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads, and we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. This will be the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war. You should know that.
That does not.
Guy gets to kill people
Well,
every day
okay.
in combat. Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's gonna happen?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
How about a scoop for the Examiner, Galloway? You could use some good press.
Another tramp, another message. Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty. He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero. Defending the honor of murdered humps.
You're used to it, Phelps. Moving along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
All right, so someone got dragged or tried to crawl away. Naked body. All right. What is this? Nothing.
Patrolman, this your beat?
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this. It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, Detective.
No one's disturbed the body?
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
There's a mirror. I mean, what else? Brush or mirror? Okay. Any ID for the
Victim's
person?
bag?
Marquee.
Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body.
Doorknob?
Looks like some kind of puzzle or parlor game.
I can't spin the bottom anymore. Oh, I can spin the top. And oh, property of
The Bamba
Bamba Club.
Why steal a table
Bamba.
lighter?
Have a. Oh, it's a lighter. One with that white.
What can you tell me about the shoe prints?
Men's size 8. Pinker lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
Has the scene been secured?
Patrolman Houlihan saw to it. The victim's personal effects are still where they fell.
Cause of death?
It could be the head injuries. She has been badly stomped. The cuts look superficial.
What caused the blunt force injury to the face?
Could be
Probably
anything
the
from
lighter,
a baseball
right?
bat to a lug wrench. I'll have more details after the autopsy.
On this. Oh,
What about this wound on the finger?
Something removed. A ring, most likely. I assume it was taken post-mortem.
okay, it's a middle finger, so it's not like a wedding ring or anything.
Interesting.
BD.
What does the writing on the victim mean?
BD. Like Dahlia? Tex? Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
Can we get to the Bamba? A man could die of thirst in a case like this.
The werewolf?
For my money, a copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work
Werewolf?
the evidence.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? A big head to hang on your wall. The caller of the decade. You've been working evidence on BD case for 6 months and got nicks.
There's a difference, Rusty.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it today.
Okay, oddshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us a note on the corpse?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, Phelps. A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stewing. For some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures, he'll rip off the MO and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastical.
Well, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police work. There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder. It was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else. with the
So
armed
whoever
forces.
this werewolf
San
want be
Quentin, Another
guy.
town, another country, who knows?
It's
So Phelps, I understand you want to
whatchamacallit?
turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work.
Reoccurring
like that.
murderer?
The case will come and find you. Can't make it something it ain't. Understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. We would have found him.
I think he's a bit of a ganguero. But
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
How does someone remember that much detail?
Yes.
On that
Do you know
description.
anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss it. Is there anything else?
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here. I'm a little parched. Pour me
He just
3
wants
fingers of rye.
Sam has taken me to
What
Palm
a
Springs.
fancy seat you have there, owner.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Oh, Christ. Sure I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine is...
officer. That's the spirit.
Was
Pour me another.
a lovely woman.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
Oh,
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes, at around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
Okay, what's the license plate number? 2B8899.
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you.
2B8899.
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
She's an
No,
air
it
tent
was,
attendant.
It was before Jacob.
I feel like he's the one who bought it. But before that, I need to fix something that's been bothering me. So far, whenever I talk, I bounce a little bit, and you can see that I don't have legs. Rebecca, 1 second. As I was saying, doubt.
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're gonna tell me.
Okay, I bought it years ago. I carried a torch for Celine in those days. Guess I always have.
Those days, you mean now as
Oh,
well?
man, never knew about it.
College of husband.
You know the husband?
Sure, I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. He put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
I'm gonna say doubt because if it's not in his opinion, whose opinion does he think that he might do it?
So if it wasn't Jacob, then you probably let her out of here with the guy who killed her. How do you feel about that?
Stow the attitude, will ya? I tried to get onto Jacob. I rang him up. Asked him to come pick her up like usual. But he refused. And she picked some night to push him over the edge. I rang him back around 11:30, but I got no answer.
Okay.
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big
Number
help.
3.
One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue. God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Please. Thank you.
So we don't have any information on our owner yet. Okay. Next location is the residence. And get the guy to drive.
You drive. I need to go over the
When
case
did he get in
notes.
the car? I did
You
not
find the
ever see
booze
him.
helps you get through a working day?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
A smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job if a healthy thirst offends you, Cole.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. Worse than I could ever have imagined.
Alright. Where's the husband?
I'll try the back door. Wait here a second.
Very... Oh, already a break-in.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Oh no, family burnt to death. Time for another cutscene.
You said I had to go back, Doctor.
It's always a doctor.
The fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
You said the house would be empty. I heard them screaming.
Circumstances were unfortunate. My colleagues had made all the necessary
You
arrangements.
said the house would be empty. You're killing me.
The deaths were unfortunate, but you have dealt with death before. I want you to come to the clinic and we can deal
You said the house would be empty. How can I find peace?
Alright, someone accidentally did arson, or not accidentally, someone did arson and then did not check or was told false information and led to murder. One shoe, one heel.
Size
number
9.
9.
Above average for a lady.
Glass.
Burglar used a pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
Also glass coming in or breaking. The glass shards are inside the house, meaning it's outside breaking into the house. If you sober up, you can find me at
Celine and
apartment
Jacob
2.
are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband, but Jacob could give us something to go on. If one of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Tiffany? The rest of the stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring. A regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive.
Giant ring, what the heck? Okay. Station, let's go to the apartment. Find the husband.
Okay, Phelps, we go in hard. You follow my lead.
Oh, with the gun. Okay.
You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh, my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
RKO out
What
of
the hell
nowhere.
are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
she's-
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
We're really using
You
pressure.
think the atmosphere's thick in here? Wait till you try the gas chamber.
Yeah, I guess it's only this part. This part.
He'll be back any moment. Just sit tight.
The oldest problem there is what to
right.
do about the old lady.
That's such an obscure. Oh, he's packing up. Hey. Size 9 shoes? Size 11.
Size 11s.
Is the wife faking her own homicide? What I wanted. Anything here? No. Let's talk.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
We get the impression that Celine liked to live the glamorous life. How did she end up with a hump like you, Jacob?
Celine was one of the first woman pilots. She hung out with movie stars and royalty. But when she came back here broke and struggling, she married a mechanic. Put a roof over her head, food on the table.
Instead of
Not glamorous,
the
but the best I could do.
bar owner?
I'm not ashamed about that.
I was wrong?
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
I feel like there should be more.
And how are we meant to believe that, Jacob? It isn't looking good for you.
That nosy bitch from next door, Jenny Horgan. She'll tell you I left. And what time.
Oh, great.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
It was a death threat.
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
You want to back that up with something, Big Mouth? Huh?
The note by the phone suggests you meant her harm.
You want the truth? Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30. I'm not the going out type.
Owner report telephoning Jacob repeatedly the night of murder.
You called the bar to give yourself an alibi. Then you went after her, beat her, and dumped her in a park. I think you are a sack of shit, Jacob.
You're not going to pin Celine's death on me. I'll take a lie detector test to prove it.
Lie detector test isn't. No.
McCall says he called and called, and you didn't.
Lie detector isn't actually proof.
I
It's
tried to
only
get her
test
help, and she laughed in my
slight
face.
movement on your fingers, sweating,
Well, then, of course, she
heartbeat,
needs me.
and whatnot. But like, you can fake
had
those as
enough.
well, supposedly. I don't know.
Everyone has their limit.
We're still going to need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
Why do I feel like there's gonna be a trend where our partner can just only take one punch and they go down? The only upside is that he kind of deserved it for this one, but still, it's weird.
Jacob.
Forgot how to fight.
You're awful hot under the collar, friend.
What's this bunker?
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched.
We haven't
Check for
really
messages.
confirmed or
Keep old
anything.
slugger
Right? She just doesn't have an alibi. And it could be someone who he hired, but it's not like concrete that he killed him. Necessarily. There's still like a benefit of a doubt that that isn't the case, but
Operator, message
he's
for
not helping himself
KGPL.
with the case with fighting like that.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument.
Metal
Closest
instrument.
match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt.
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
Stomping.
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
I guess we go back to Central first, interview the guy. Then we talk to whoever that Mendez person.
Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're gonna get.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this because it was close by. I don't think I'm gonna do this normally, because usually these are hella far from where I currently am.
Go to hell, Parker! No way I'm going down without a fight.
Not the cop.
Drop the weapon, hands behind your head.
Yeah? Fuck you too!
God damn it, get after
Put your hands in the air.
He's hiding in the alley.
Give it up, LAPD. Don't make me chase you.
Oh my gosh!
Damn it. Thing is blocking my way. I have to apprehend them and I can't just like, you know, shoot them in the feet. There was no aim warning anymore, so or like a loading thing. It's like I kind of had to do that. On my defense, however, I shot him in the leg.
Advise all
3
units that the
times.
211 from Mallory's Cafe is code 4, KGPL.
Roger, 11K. All units, 211 from Mallory's Cafe is code 4. Repeat, code 4.
Alright. Hopefully we have enough.
We have a firm lead, Captain.
Are you questioning my judgment call, Phelps?
No, sir.
Good. I thought not. Jacob Henry is a sub-sister pushed around by his wife. I think with the right kind of persuasion, he might be prepared to seek absolution. Are you prepared to show him the error of his ways, young Phelps?
I don't think he's our man. Galloway agrees with me.
Don't drag me into this.
Rusty is a practical policeman. A bird in hand is always worth 2 in the bush. Let's liberate a confession from poor Jacob and the public will sleep easier tonight. Run along now, Phelps. I've warmed them up nicely for you.
I have a feeling he might have some dirt that he's gonna turn on us or something. Either way, well, for now.
I got the jitters again.
Doesn't look good, Jacob. You're in a big jam here. You lie to me, and I can't help you out. Do you understand me?
Yes.
What do you do for work, Jacob?
I'm a mechanic.
Hmm.
Engines, differentials, transmissions, that kind of stuff.
So you have access to tools?
Yes, I do.
Your wife was brutally beaten with a socket wrench handle, then stomped to death. How do you think that looks, Jacob?
I was home in bed.
I mean, like...
You're full of shit, Jacob. The truth is you hated that bitch. You followed her and dragged her into the car and then took her out to the moors. She woke up and you smashed her face in with a socket
No.
wrench.
No.
And then you stomped her. You stomped her because she's a drunken whore and she treated you like shit. You stomped her for all the years you had to take it. You stomped her because you are such a weak fucking sister, Jacob, and you wanted to erase all memory of it. Go on. Try to deny it.
I was at home. I should have gone to her at the bar, but I didn't. You can't prove I wasn't home.
I mean, like, again.
I can. The bar owner, McCall, gave you up. He called your house right at the time that someone was smashing Celine's skull in and got no answer. If we find that socket wrench, you're gonna fry. Get it off your chest. Tell me you killed her.
I killed her, all right. I killed her dreams. She was an aviator, famous in her day, flying around up there like a bird, but she never wanted to come back down. You know, my pop was a sod farmer, dirt poor. I joined the Corps, trained to be a mechanic. I did better than my father did. I worked hard for it. It's all you can ask of a man. But Celine, she never wanted to come down from the clouds. She wanted everything I couldn't give her. All I had was security. That was never going to be enough.
You did it. Everything points to you. What does Tex mean, Jacob?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What was he in there?
If you didn't kill her, then who did, Jacob?
I don't know. I don't like to think about it. I know she met other men. I know it. Maybe it was one of them.
What?
Your marriage was over. You took her in and she threw it back in your face. You didn't go over there to hurt her. It just got out of hand.
It's not how it was.
Jacob, I think she pushed you around and slapped you about. You got to like it. Big guy like you, and you're a fucking pushover.
Ah, fuck you. I did my best to make it work.
Why did you break into your wife's house, Jacob? Why steal the ring?
What? What are you talking about? I've got a key. Why would I need to break in?
That is true. That's why I don't mean, okay.
Where did you hawk the jewelry, Jacob? You know how cheap you're gonna look to the grand jury? Husband murders wife and sells her jewels.
I didn't break in. How many different ways do you want me to say it?
Yeah, okay, I'm not believing that the husband actually did it, but it's forced entry, yada yada yada.
I may not have a fancy job, I may not have a lot of money, but I still have my pride, you dirty son of a bitch.
I don't see any way out of this unless you give us something.
Phelps, you failed me, son.
We have another lead, Captain. This guy Mendez could be our man.
I hope so, Phelps. I really hope so. I'm deeply disturbed by your style of police work.
I really hate our captain. Or not our captain, but the captain.
We need to work the home address again.
Alonzo Mendez. Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want when you're sober.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
I still think it could be the wife who just faked her own death, possibly. Because why? Okay, because the husband is in the case because he has size 11 shoes. The wife apparently has size 9 shoes, which matches the shoe size. I don't know. I feel like this is not the case. 16.
Mendez, apartment 16.
15.
Don't bother
16.
knocking, just kick the door in. Take a look around and see what you can find.
He has a gun. Huh. Metal object.
Brothers could match the color and brand of the body.
Metal object.
Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
We have the murder weapon. We better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break, and Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey! What gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Mendez, stop right there! You don't need to do this, Alonzo!
Damn, he's fast.
Get in and drive. I got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle, and I'll stop the son of a bitch.
He's gonna shoot him, isn't he?
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
Do you want me to drive next to him or hit him?
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road.
There you go.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry.
I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
You did a grand job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator.
Well, we don't.
It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian.
We still never answered why the evidence was kept in his apartment, right? We all, as far as we know, we only know that it was a cohort. It's a cohort. I think the word is. The husband hired a guy to basically work for him to murder his wife. There's a lot of stuff that isn't necessarily backed up yet. Number one, shoe size. Number two, where's the jewelry? Like, we don't know these things yet. The mission is over? 6 out of 11. Question correct. Like, I don't... it's not concrete to just say that that guy did it, because we really don't know. Jacob Henry is left to mourn while Mendez waits in lockup for a visit from the DA. Yeah, I really can't say that that was a good conclusion to that mission, honestly. So if you were as confused as I was when I first played through this level, you would probably be confused on why was it so suddenly, abruptly ended without any concrete confirmation, essentially. And the reason behind it is because, unlike the previous levels that we played, Homicide Forward, we are playing in a sense that the overarching storyline, or the major storyline of the game, is gonna start happening, essentially. Regardless on that, let's get back to the current case and what we missed or could have done differently. Number one, when we were at Henry's residence, if we were to actually wait a bit longer, one of their neighbor would be coming back home and we can actually interview her about the whole situation, about their night before and their relationship, essentially.
LAPD, are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan. Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking, and she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out, and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving, but she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Afterwards, at Jacob Henry's apartment, the interview that we did, I got a lot of questions wrong. Here it is.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
You know where she went, Jacob. You're lying. Why would I help you if you keep lying to me?
Look, I'm telling you, I don't know.
We know she went to the Bomba Club.
The bartender there, he calls me if things are getting out of hand, and I go and I bring her home. He called me last night. I said no. Phone rang a couple more times after that. I ignored it. I'm gonna have to live with that.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but right around 9.
And fun fact, the fourth question only shows up if you were to actually fail the first question. So Technically, it's only 3 questions. Later on, at the Central Police Station, I technically got a few questions wrong. Here it is.
You did it. Everything points to you. What does Tex mean, Jacob?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I need a reason to believe you, Jacob.
You want a confession? That's what you want?
That's exactly what we want.
Seems to me there are 2 types of marriages. First, where the couple love each other equally and everything's roses. And then there's the other, where one person loves the other more than life itself and always puts them first. Chumps like me, who love them no matter what, no matter how badly they behave. That's it. That's my confession. I love my wife. And I'll take any test you got to prove it.
Your marriage was over. You took her in and she threw it back in your face. You didn't go over there to hurt her. It just got out of hand.
It's not how it was.
You're lying, Jacob. It was falling apart and things got violent.
I'm not lying. I'm telling you how it was.
Jenny Horgan says you blackened her eye.
It's all right, Jacob. The DA will understand. In your shoes, I would have done exactly the same thing.
I hit her, all right? I'm not proud of it, but she was coming at me with a frying pan. What would you do? Took it for years, but sometimes a man can only take so much.
Why did you break into your wife's house, Jacob? Why steal the ring?
What? What are you talking about? I've got a key. Why would I need to break in?
You took the ring because you found out who gave it to her.
What are you talking about?
Her prized garnet ring, given to her by her old boyfriend, Dick McCall.
I never knew that. I lived with that woman for 3 years, and I never knew that. Well, in that case, I think you should be talking to Dick McCall.
We'll do the detective work, lunkhead. Just answer the questions.
Now, the reason why I said the way I said coming in towards that interview is because that entire interview is technically optional. You can still get a 5-star while skipping this interview. So there isn't really much things that you really need to do here, theoretically. I'm not entirely sure, nor am I going to check it. But that's from my wiki source that I found. Lastly, at Alonzo Mendez's apartment, I just missed a shoe. It's in the same room next to the bed, and I checked the box first. And if you missed the shoe, you missed your chance at getting a 5-star potentially. But, you know, just, yeah.
Gotta get these to Ray. Size 8s could help place Mendez at the scene.
And that's basically it. That is a really confusing way, in my opinion, going into a new case genre, I guess, because we're new to Homicide. But regardless, off to the next case. Hopefully it gets better, right?